Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. So today we have a group of traders with us up here on Zoom, and you can expect to see me doing some live trading demonstrations using some of the newest custom scripts, as well as taking out the RV strategy for a spin. So that's in Day Trading Volume 1. Please read this disclaimer. I am not a licensed financial advisor, so you shouldn't try to emulate any of these trading strategies without talking to a professional, some professional that's licensed, somebody that you trust. So this big jumbled up mess is actually my latest layout, which I will make available for you. It's changed slightly, not too much, to help me trade the open and RV strategy together. So I did have this set up for both. Mostly I started setting up for the RV strategy early. I did make $875 with a couple of trades at the open. As you can see, we had a breakout pretty early on and did a little bit of money there with a higher share size with 1,000 shares. So did manage to make a little bit of money in just a couple, 3 trades there, I think it was. Is that it? We have Charlie. She's handling the chat here. We have other traders in the studio. And what you have here is, like I said, a layout that is new. This is a 1-minute chart with the scalping indicator, a day chart minimized down here. This is the active trader. This is one of the things that's moved recently. The level 2, this is a 15-minute. This is a 5-minute with the MACD. Then we have a minimized 5-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour. All these different charts that are minimized are used to help me set up my strategy, whatever that might be for the day. Today, I have been practicing on and off, mostly in the power hour, using the RV strategy theories, although it's mostly designed for between on the ET New York Stock Exchange, ET time between 10 and 10:30 a.m., a half hour after market open, and then trading for 1/2 hour exactly. That's where all the back testing was done before they released the strategy back in March of 2023, where it just went crazy and everybody made all these millions of dollars. That's Day Trading Volume 1 by the $1 Million Margin Club. I have a link to it here. If you don't have that book, you should get that book. You can read the comments here. You should go to their website. You should check out what they have. It's an amazing strategy. Having said that, I like their Volume 2 and 3, which is all about candlestick patterns, and you should know them. And you should learn them to help you with whatever trading you're doing. Day Trading Volume 2, the Candlestick Pattern Playbook, is the only book out there that actually rates the patterns, has rating system on them. So that's why I really like that book. The third one's more about hammering down on learning with different puzzles and games. Then the fourth one that just came out is another strategy. It actually has 4 strategies to be traded at the open, and that's like just printing money. That strategy's so good. So you'll see me, you're watching me or seeing aftermath of trading it every single day. Today was $825. I often have $2,000, $1,500 to $2,000 in just 3 to 5 minutes, 10 minutes sometimes. And I'm not the only one. So that strategy, it's really hard to lose money. And I can't believe I say stuff like that, because if you're used to me on the channel, I'm pretty conservative about any strategy that you follow. Always trade in a simulator, obviously. Speak to people you trust. Try it out with very small share size whenever you go live. Don't just see it work here and then go crazy for it and do it. But anyway, Day Trading Volume 4, there's a link. Now, if you're going to try any of those strategies, you better own Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. I'll have a link to that too. That's going to really help you with your mindset and confidence and figuring the probability and outcomes, assuming every trade's going to go against you at any time. Best Loser Wins, another great book by Tom Hougaard, sort of shows you the opposite of candlestick patterns. But the main thing he teaches is in his books, and he's a very famous trader. Mark Douglas, unfortunately, has passed away. Tom Hougaard's still alive, and he, at least I think, last I checked, but he is he's a firm believer in not setting a price to get out. Like, this is enough profit, get out. He's a firm believer of, like, you don't get out until all the indicators and signs and chart patterns say to get out. You stay in a winning move as long as you can. obviously it's opposite of that. Well, it's the same thing when you're going down. It's like you want to make sure you can have a max loss. You should always have a max loss per trade, max loss per day. And I always have, if I lose 3 trades in a row, I'm out, or at least I go take a long hike or take some time off before I come back to the screen to see what is wrong with my mindset. But anyway, the point is all these books are available, links to them. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of the scripts that have been changing, has been making the RV strategy even better, if that's possible. It is a range-bound strategy based on a $25 billion minimum market cap, $1 billion minimum float, large and mega cap stocks. It's the first real strategy people could follow that set a range, and then you trade it in the safety of that range with large cap stocks and above. And it's called the RV strategy, meaning a recreational vehicle, like it travels with a distance with comfort, so you don't get caught in a weird move. Now, I show a lot of videos about it, so you should check the archives. And then I also am a coder and a script writer, and I have 10 free scripts on this channel, totally free. Just type in free custom scripts. I think it's episode 183 maybe that has them, but I would type them in, because the scalping indicator, particularly this one down here, has changed many times. The red are the sellers, the green are the buyers, the blue column is the volume. Here's a sentiment within a candle. This is like the scalper's friend. You really need this for 1 minute and even 5 minute, 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute charts. So many people have like the 2 and 3 minute charts that they firmly believe in. And they're good. It just depends what works for you, right? Because you need to figure out the edge that's working for you, because it's a little different for everybody. That's why following somebody, no matter what you see here or any place else, is not a good idea. It's like, learn from them, see them, and then apply them to what feels good for you over time in a simulator. And then when you go, so don't believe that by this strategy it'll guarantee it will win. I am not saying that at all for either of the open strategy or the RV strategy or anything that you see me trade here. The escalator strategy, the free style trading works for me. I'm showing you how it could work. You know, I'm showing you, you can see it right on the screen, like, look, this could work for you, but everybody's different. So remember that, guys, everything's different. Everybody's different. So you have to kind of take this journey, you've got to take the journey, and then you sort of get it. I often describe it as those old picture within the picture things where you kind of move your eyes a funny way and suddenly you can see, the Starship Enterprise and the mess there. I remember seeing that at a Star Trek convention, but yeah, it's the same thing with trading and with charts, and you kind of get it kind of just at some point you just go like, oh, I see it, I see it. But that takes time, right? And you have to, and when you can start by following somebody, but that's not the main way you should end. It's not the main way you're going to end up being a successful day trader. It's going to be your own strategy that's sort of a compilation of all the different things you've learned. Might be very close to something here, anywhere, but it's going to end up being your own and what works for you. Certainly share size. But anyway, yeah, so these indicators that I've been developing, I specifically have been developing them, to trade with the RV strategy. That's what I've been doing it for. And I wanted to make it even easier and even better for this large cap strategy. So you can find all these if you can't find them here. This one you can get here. This one up here, the multi-chart alignments over at the $1 Million Margin Club. Just go to their website. I have a link to it. But basically, this is telling you what each one of these charts, what is that candle at that given moment, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 30 minute, the 15 minute, and the 5 minute. So you can see, and you can see on these 5 minute increments when they change, like this 1 hour down here is going to be the 30 minute, the 15 minute, and the 5 minute. So you can see what those traders that trade on those time increments, what are they seeing before they go in and go out when their candle closes. The information's so important. And I was, I have 6 screens around me, and I was jockeying back and forth about, what is it doing now? What to do now? You can get lost in these 1 minute charts, but if you're trading on a 5 minute, it's even more useful. I would particularly be interested in the 5 minute time frame, which are these set up on a 1 minute chart. So I can see like, hey, what are the 5 minute people seeing here? you know. And then so you can see when it went in here, it came in here on a 5 minute. See that dotted line? And then now it's below that level. So you know that's why it's red there. They're all seeing the price action go down. They don't get to see these other, they're not looking at this spots in between. They just see it's down. So they may be jumping on this to go short. Now you use other indicators to help you, but this is just one more way to get an edge, you know, to see, hey, what's going on here? Now we're going to be trading live in just a few minutes for this demonstration video with everybody here with me. I'll be quarterbacking for everybody, but they're responsible for their own trades. As I'll say it again, I can't say it enough time, I am not licensed to give you advice. Please don't follow exactly what you see here. You can add it into your journey of like, hey, cool, look at that. Look what he did here by doing that. But then you got to come up with your own thing and then speak to somebody that you can really trust, not an unknown person like me. So, or anybody. Now, what we do on this strategy, which is about to start, is we look at the day. These are all day candles, the day before. We see when it closed. To the right of my picture up there, it's 159.75 it closed. Then you look at the ATR down here, which is the average true range over a 14-day period. You divide that in two. You subtract half of it from the close of that day, and you get an ATR low, and you add half of it, and you get from the close, and you get that ATR high. That is your RV range. Now, most every trading strategy has a range they set up, and they set their max loss per trade, max loss per day, based on a range. They're all a little bit different, but a lot of them do it exactly how I just showed you. Then the next thing you do is you do Fibonacci levels. So this is set on a 5 minute 10-day. And you can see I snapped that Fibonacci. That's nature's mathematical formula. See how many levels? There's 2 levels in between the range that I expect to be trading in. Okay, and then I did it again on a 5 minute 2-day, 5 minute chart 2-day. Did another one. They can be high to low or low to high, but they're always left to right. So now I have more support and resistance levels in between these. There's their ATR low. So you can see how many pink lines, how many yellow lines. Those are lines where the price action may turn around again. Those levels, you should call them levels, not lines. And then the RV strategy calls for you to even put additional ones in to create channels, ceilings, and floors. So I ended up doing it with the 1 hour guys. Those have been following me as per their instructions in the book. So you can see I just snapped these lines on the 1 hour where it seemed like the historical data had the price action move around in between. I thought the action was going to be going up, so I did a couple. Well, I did one below too. So this is further areas where I might decide to respect those levels. Nothing's for sure, but the strategy is calling for you to trade between these ceilings and floors. Now, when I zoom in, she's handling the chat over there, and I'm liking this action right here. So now, guys, I don't have a mark like I did a day or two ago whenever I was showing you, recording that one, on the half dollar and whole dollars. But I am thinking about them all the time. So half dollar and whole dollar price levels, psychological levels for people to go in and out of trades, Fibonacci levels. Now, the other custom script I've done here that is over at the $1 Million Margin is the market magnet, which you see right in here. So I can see this is the one that doesn't have the magenta line, but the one that I gave to them actually has a magenta line here. Is this, oh, I think I loaded the wrong one in here. Well, anyway, it's too late now. This is going to work just fine. This is just one of the many adaptations I have. So you want to see, this is a previous price action that just happened that comes in along here on these blue bars. And this is the magnet in the center. This is why it's called a magnet, a market magnet. And often, so I like the idea how it's bouncing off that fib, guys. So I think I'm going to probably go in. So we'll be trading 500 shares today, and I'm going to buy off that level. What I get that at? So I went in about a minute early. I got it 160.02. I like the fact that it was at the even dollar. So now it could reject off of that, but because this pulled up, you saw the magnet pull up. That's kind of like a springboard for the price action, so you want to respect that till you don't. Now I see a lot of it down here, this price action. Now this is volume at different price levels that has just happened intraday, right? So you can see what everybody's doing here. So I don't want to see this grow anymore. You know, I'm $65 down right now. So I was trying to catch it off the bounce here, but maybe it is going to go. There it goes back up. So it was also an even dollar. And when it broke that even dollar, I was like, you should just jump on it now. I thought it was going to take off. Now, these arrows are telling you we're at the higher level where it should be, but because that, wow, there it goes. So that's good. Now, right at the half hour after, volume is going to increase. And that's why you saw that act kind of funny there. So a lot of strategies start exactly 1/2 hour after the market opens. So I'd be looking to either, depending on how the rest of these indicators look, I'd be looking to either reverse off of this level, which it already passed through, or think about reversing off of one of these fibs and try to capture a retracement. I honestly don't think it's going to go up today, but I could be wrong on that. So yeah, maybe it is going to go up to now. Look at the scalping indicator telling you this is a great move up. Stay in this move. Don't get psyched out by the way the candle moves around. Now I do have a level 2 here, but on large cap, it's little to no use unless you see big numbers, somebody holding it up. Mostly you've got to watch for the reaction from algorithms where they might pop in, maybe some shadow wicks that would show up. I have this set very sensitively, but you'll see this intraday volume profile will jump around based a bit on high frequency algorithms. So it's very helpful for that. So these two combined with the RV strategy make it even easier to follow. So I don't really want to see it break down off this level. Now this is based on 1 hour, based on historical data, but now the high value is working sort of like a support because it broke through it. So let's just keep an eye on this, guys. The buyers only went halfway up this volume, and you've been watching me trade. That's a bad sign. We don't like to see that, and it did just break back down through that line. So you know, a real move would keep this volume right, the buyers right at the top of the volume. A strong move, not a real move. They're all real moves, I guess, but one that I can count on is what I'm saying. So now these are the levels where they make their decisions. So you might see me hold this to right here so I can see what are they going to do unless price action tells me otherwise. What I try to do is catch retracements and then catch it to go right back up again. That's what I try to do. So so we have 500 shares. So you're not going to see huge numbers down here, but you know, I think I started at 8 something, but this is my first trade, so it's a $400 trade. So I'm either going to probably reverse off that or the even dollar and the next fib. I'm looking to reverse off the next fib. I'm looking at the market maker numbers right now, 85 cents. I'd like to see 161 even. There's 160.90. I don't know how much I'm going to slip yet. I'm going to find out. That was close. That was 96. So you're going to see me turn around fast. It seems to be losing its way a little bit. Strength up here. That was, what did I get that at? 161.05. Wow, I thought it was going to be under that. Okay, so now I'm going to do what they call manage a bad position if this keeps going up on a trend. Now, a lot of you would say that's counterintuitive, but look what happened right here. Volume dropped, even though the buyers were at the top, the overall volume dropped. So less people were interested in driving this higher. The magnet did not pull up. So there's a lot of still below it historical volume that is calling the ball down here. There's not lines coming in here for new price action above these levels. So those are signs that it's going to pull down. Now, this is a sign that it's going to go back up. So we would look for a retracement, which is probably about right there. I'm just looking for a little retracement, guys. I'm not going to ride this down long. I'll tell you that right now. That Fibonacci level, it keeps screaming at me because it's stopping there. So now AMD is not typically a fast-moving stock. There's lots of time. I'm just going to take it at that fib level. What did I get it at? 83. So I'm 2 cents above that fib level right now. But, you know, I banked like $600 already today on 2 trades. And now I have to do what we would call, again, I call managing a bad position. So now this is a little different than what you've seen. So, you know, if you've been watching me, I would ask you to pay attention. I set this up a little differently. I kept my channels way wider. I am trading a lot off of the market magnet and the multi-chart alignment. So you'll see me look at the patterns as well, and you'll see me look at the scalping indicator. But these 3 indicators combined, if you don't have them yet, you should get them. And I know that they offer a way for, if you're a member of the $1 Million Margin Club, if you review their Day Trading Volume 4, you can get 2 scripts for free. So, and you get this one for free here. Or if you're just not a member of the club and you just want to get a script, you just have to review Day Trading Volume 4. And there's a video that says how to do it. And I think it says how to do it on their website too. So when I designed these and coded these for the $1 Million Margin Club, part of the deal is that they always made a way for people that cared, people that were involved in trading, a way for them to get them without spending any money. So for the most part, if you pay attention to the little promotions and stuff, and I'll have them here from time to time too, you don't have to spend $24.95 for a script, which they do have them for sale. If you don't want all that rigmarole, you just want to get it, and you got the money, it's a great investment. I know because I designed them. I script them. So now I do know that they put a call out to a whole bunch of people. So you're probably going to see scripts that I have here that I didn't design. And I'm excited about seeing what else they come up with for these things. So I just know this strategy so well because I've been trading it and helped beta test it back from March of 2023. So I know what this strategy needs. Right? And that's why I designed these. And you saw me using the old volume profile. This is the one without the labels. I don't know why it does. You've seen, it used to be the volume profile, and then I changed it. They still have that. You'll notice this does not have the labels. The ones you get would have the labels. I will, if there's enough call for it, I'll just send over the one without the labels too. I didn't need the labels calling out these levels. I find that just the chart was just, God, you know how busy our charts are already. It was just, and if I put their trader dashboard, which is another great script I did across the top. Again, I'm used to trading. I'm not going to just be promoting every script that comes out because it's that other people like it. This is what I like to trade with, like right these 3 for the RV strategy. It doesn't mean that the dashboard isn't a cool, regular freelance scalping indicator you should have, regular, custom, should I say. So it broke both those fibs now. So we'll see if we can retrace off the 160, 132-ish level. See if we can get something there. How are you guys doing up there? Look for a retracement. It keeps retracing. So I'm going to try to capture these retracements. Well, I should have grabbed it already, I think. I'm going to get it right there. I think I waited too long. Oh, now it goes back up. It seemed like it bounced off that. I think this might be a bad trade. So I'm at 160, 117. So I'm not feeling real good about that. But that may have been it. And it's going to retrace back up here, which means I should go for a lesser. Oh, wow. Okay. So that's 105. Now, if you watch me trade, you know my max loss per trade is 500. Watching this price action here, I wouldn't want it to even get to 200 because I'm not making that much per trade. It's very low price. On a stock like Tesla or Nvidia, if you're trading 1,000 shares, I make my max loss 1,000 because you can get a single point in a split second, you know, so you get shaken out of the trade so fast that in order for you guys to be true to you and follow my trading plan, sometimes I'll let it, you know, if I wasn't on a recording, I might let it go beyond my max loss, which is a terrible lesson. But it's only because I would feel confidence in the RV stock, which of course I can be wrong at any time, that it's going to come back, you know, that it's going to come back out, because it just seems to stay in the channel. You can't count on it 100%, guys. That's why we have max losses. But I'm looking for the even dollar. I'm just trying to get I'm going to see if I get saved here. So 161.02. So I think I got lucky to make any money on that. I think that's the retracement. That's what I believe right there. So you guys, it's up to you. I see some of you are still short. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to look to this to maybe get to the next fib. I don't know if it's going to go, or the $0.50. I'm hoping it's going to blow through that 32-cent line. Now it's going to be hard to get to my goal on AMD with 500 shares. That's what everybody wanted to do. So I probably will be doing the power hour. My goal per day is $5,000 a day. Yeah. Okay. So let's look for I'm going to look for the $0.50 based on this. The magnet has still not pulled up yet. So let's see if we can catch a retracement, and if it keeps going, we'll manage. What did I get it at? 51. That's the $0.50. So let's see. Yeah, of course, it's going to go all the way up to the 66 line, isn't it? We're looking for another one of these pullbacks. See them all? You know, so it's pretty easy to call what's happening here. Now, if I get it wrong, I don't want to see it break this fib. That's when I would say, oops, maybe the pullbacks, you know, I might even hold it up here because the pullback would probably be there, and then I'd take a lesser loss. But I was hoping to get a pullback here. The fact that that's a shadow wick down there, but the fact that this is so strong here and this is at the top, that was probably not the best place to go in. But let's see if it just goes by the historical data here. Everything here, you don't want to stay in a short position and say to yourself that it's going to turn around. You don't want to do that. That's one thing you don't want to do. Because of this, the multi-chart alignment. See that? That's telling you the move is up. I thought the move was going to be down today, so I'm a little surprised. Look at how the buyers dropped off here. So the sellers are going to go stronger. So I'm holding. Look at that on the scalping indicator. So I'm going to hold this a little longer here. Let me just look at something here. Is that? Yeah, that's on today. I just wanted to make sure. This is, I was expecting, but part of the problem with AMD is this, you don't get as much action because the volume's just lower. You can see, look at the volume here. I mean, the last was barely 100,000. So it's really dropped off. It's okay. We can carve out some money in this, I mean, for sure. So we've got to try to capture these little consolidations in here, these pullbacks. Consolidations, and then let it rip a little higher, then pull back consolidation. Let it, if it keeps doing what it's doing. It hasn't even hit like 162 yet. Kind of fell off at this level, 161, almost 161.50 really, and that a little bit higher than that. But now you see me reverse. I slip both ways. It's not a way I recommend to trade. I recommend buy, sell, buy. Don't do it the way you see me do it. I am a person that likes to have learned that I take longer to make a decision to go back in because I learned to wait for the perfect entry, which is exactly what you should learn, what you consider to be the perfect entry. And then from back testing, I found that the time that I waited I made more money if I just took a chance. I'm going to take that right there at that fib. What did I get? I got a little bit above the fib, but I broke well over 2K. I have another fib to back it up here. So I'm thinking that it's a good managing position, but you know, I'm not sure. Now that's almost 3 black crows going down, and there was an evening star right here, or some people might call that a rickshaw man or even a hangman. It depends on how you read patterns, and some charts may show it, some platforms may show that a little differently. So you have to consider that when they're all going. That's in Day Trading Volume 2, the Candlestick Pattern Playbook, and you'd want to rate that. I think that's an 80-something% of a reversal sign, so it kind of told you there. And then these are telling you get ready, these crows, even though these shadow wicks are a little too long, that get ready for a possible reversal. So now you start looking at the other stuff. That still says it's going down. The multi-chart alignment says it's going up. The fibs are acting like support, and the magnet is not telling you it's going up or down because it hasn't really moved, because AMD has suddenly the volume keeps dropping. So now it gets to the point where we'd have to worry about even getting filled. Charles Schwab is going to give you a see, some of you are still short there, so is going to give you a 2.7 times whatever you see here. Remember, you multiply these by 100, and they're going to give you 2.7 times on top of that. And then that's when you'd start to slip, when it can't be filled. So with 500, you're pretty much getting filled without a problem with that, with all that going for you. If we had 1,000 right now, then we'd be hearing some. We'd be getting, well, it's going to fill either way. It's just going to slip down until the price is going to get worse and worse for you until it fills. So you could actually lose money, because when you push market, it's like their own little dark pool, and they're going to fill you. They tell you, oh, you will fill you at the best possible price. So as each share gets filled, if that price got filled up, then they go to the next price and the next price. So, that's why you are taking a chance when you do market instead of limit. Limit, it's going to fill exactly what it could get, and then you can cancel all, or you can flatten. There's different ways you can trade with it. There are people that religiously will not trade market, and they want to add, they'll add liquidity to the market by the way they use the bid and the ask, and like momentum traders that I used to do for many years. Okay, so that's a good trade going up. I caught this exact reverse. Now we have almost 3 white soldiers, except for this doji in the middle. We have a new high. So get ready for a retracement. So can it make it to that fib? Careful here, guys. Look at this, at the top. It's not a time to get out yet. Everything says go, go, go. It's barely broken where it would retrace. So I'd want to see it up here and then wait for a retrace. Somewhere up above that fib, maybe. Well, maybe it's starting the retracement right now. Let's see. That's the third candle going up. Is it going to bank off that 160, 166? Seems to be hitting it. Going down. Nope, it broke it. Okay, it broke it again. I don't think it's going to break it much longer, guys. So we have another fib up there. It's a nice, I've got a nice cushion here. I'm going to shoot for 162. Can we get to 162? It's above that fib. Or if it drops off, I'll start retracing here. I've got a nice cushion to get hit down if it doesn't make it. It's still saying buy. When you get to this next, this 5 minute is where you have to be worried. A lot of people will jump in to retrace, but it's also saying don't do that for them. So even dollars and half dollars, guys, you've got to remember they have them preset there, or they're just waiting. Your high frequency algorithms will jump in just before or just after and try to screw it all up for everybody and take their profit. It's 94. Wow. 95. It hit 96 for a split second, as you can see. Is that it? Looks like it's pulling back, guys. I'm getting ready to flip out. I don't know if it's going to make it to 162, but I'll get it out before it breaks back out in the 70 cents range there. Oh, it's almost there. That was 81. Oh, it's making another punch. Make another punch up there. That was 98 cents. That was a new high. Well, what did we get it at? 162.02. Okay. So now I just got to make sure. The next place I'd be worried is if it started, I'd reverse off that ATR if I had to manage a loss here. So let's just see. Let's see if we're going to get a pullback or it's just going to keep pounding up here. We're getting some real, it's just getting so slow here, guys. Look at 108. My God. Still see 500 shares going through every now and then. 300, 500. They get filled instantly. You can see it. And that, by the way, remember, half of this isn't even being shown to us. But that, the volume would reflect either way. You just don't know where. You just don't know till it happens. So that's another $51 trade. Don't expect much of a retracement, I'll tell you that. It's going to be hard to carve anything out of here. Well, I hope to break at least 3K here. I'm getting ready to get out at that 66 line, guys. If it'll get there. What did I get it at? 69. I saw a 68, and it seemed like it was going down, so I thought I might catch it, but it broke me 3K. I'm going to reverse again there. Seems like it's going to bounce down again. I didn't get much slippage, which gave me some confidence to actually see if it could get back down to that level. I know it's hard to keep up with me. Charlie's chatting with them. I'm not calling out all my positions, obviously. They can see my screen. But everybody takes their own trades. I am looking to reverse again long off that 66 cent level if it gets there, or manage a bad trade. And I think it's going to go up very, very soon. So this is the retracement, and now it's just sort of consolidating down here. What did I get that at? 65, so I actually did better. It did slip the way I wanted it to go. As I hit it, it said 67. It didn't really slip. It moved. It'll only slip against me. So I have to be careful the way I word that. So now you got a red 5-minute here, which is interesting. Started here, right on this level, so that's turning it red. Now remember, it won't, 15-minute isn't going to turn until we get to the 15-minute mark, which would be here. It would have to be below the 15-minute open, which is right here. So if the action was down here on this level here, then it was it would turn the 15 red. That's how it works. So you can kind of see what every bit of step ladder everybody else is looking at, which is kind of handy. So that seemed to be the retracement. Unless this closes down, then we should expect another 2 or 3 candles up. It just keeps doing the same pattern. So see how the buyers did drop off, sellers came in, we did a little retracement, and now let's see if the buyers are going to push this back up. 15-minute shows nothing but up. Oh, and I forgot to adjust this. There's our 5 minute. Don't really have any patterns here. Didn't make it. The 1 minute gave us some patterns here. God, look at this now, down to 56. Oh my God, the volume's just dying out. Yeah, I'm pretty much done with this stock, guys. I think we pretty much tapped this for all we can get. Now, remember, this strategy will work with 5 shares. So don't get disheartened if you don't have this much money, or you don't want to risk this much on your margin account. You should have this much money on your margin account to be able to afford this if you made the PDT rule. That's why everybody's trading it. But you may not want to risk this much. And if you have less money, if you're not doing it in an overseas account where they might let you margin for just 5,000 or 3,000, you do want to look for the perfect trade, the perfect setup in between channels while your indicators line up. Unfortunately, this wasn't the best stock to show how amazing this indicator is right here, because it's it can be amazing when the volume's a little higher, but it did show us the scalping indicator and the multi-chart alignment. So these little things, you can get them for free, I'm pretty sure, but even if you had to invest in them at the $1 Million Margin Club website, you're going to get the money back in a couple trades, right? Because they're really cheap. So and they have all these instructions, better than I've ever had, on how to load these scripts. So we got a new high. That's a pretty good trade right there. Usually it's too soon according to patterns anyway. We want to maybe wait to at least halfway between the ATR and this level. So the even dollar amount was 162, which it's past. And then we hit this level, which is based on historical data that you saw where I marked them. So now it seems to be respecting this, which is interesting. Yeah, this might be it. 34. That's a good $200. I don't want to lose $200 on this slow moving. Oh, God, excuse me. Oof. I'm glad I didn't reverse. There it goes. Woo! There she goes. Is it going to hit the ATR? I'm definitely going to, actually, what time is it? I'm going to sell out at the ATR, guys. I'm going to call it a day at this if it makes it up there. This is my last trade. I jinxed myself. It's also the $0.50 right there at that ATR, but you know I always trade where I'll reverse or get out at the ATR because so many people respect that level to reassess what they're doing. 37. That might be it. It might not even make it there because everybody's changing their mind at the top there. So you always want to keep watching for that. Beware of that up there when you get up there. Yeah, anytime now. 46, 48. What did I get that? Oh, I don't know. 3,600 even. Not bad. I didn't get the 55. I think I got it at like 48 cents, if I had to guess. But so you can see the MACD is still saying to go up. 5 minutes still says to go up. This didn't make it quite to the top, but it's still, I would still probably play that to go higher, but I always look for a pullback here. I'm out now, but you know, so between the open and the RV, 3,600. So I need to make at least 1,400 at the power hour a little later. Got some other stuff to do today. Hopefully this was informative. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. There's so many videos to see here, so many custom scripts and so many other things, how to set up your charts, how to figure out which way the market's going every day, how to set up scanners so you don't have to pay for a service. So Day Trading for Success mission is to try to get you to make $100 a day, $200 a day, $300 a day, maybe more, make a living day trading. And we don't sell courses, so you got to watch and then we have scripts and just information here. So hopefully this was informative for you. You guys always stay inquisitive and go green out there, and I will see you soon.